What's up guys, in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Retina display on the new iPad and seeing if it is actually resolutionary. So we're going to be covering all the aspects on the new Retina display which make it so great, so let's jump right into this. First off, the resolution is 2048 by 1536 at 264 pixels per inch, and that is a total of 3.1 million pixels. That's 4 times the pixels on the iPad 2 and 1 million more pixels than on an HD TV. Compared to the Retina display on the iPhone 4S, it has 326 pixels per inch, but Apple says you hold the iPad 15 inches away from your face and you will not be able to see the pixels. For me, no matter how close I get to that Retina display, I cannot see any individual pixels on it with my eyes. The new Retina display also has 44% better color saturation, which we'll take a look at in just a few minutes. And the new iPad also features Apple's A5X processor, which has quad-core graphics in it to help that new Retina display out. When I first started using the new iPad, I wasn't really impressed with the Retina display until I put it right beside an iPad 2, and then I could tell a big difference. The whole screen just looks better overall. The colors are more vibrant, it's more crisp, the icons aren't pixelated if you look really close. Again, as I mentioned before, you can't even see the freaking pixels on the new iPad screen. Even on just the home screen looking at the icons, if you put them right up beside each other, you can tell a big difference. So what better way to test out the Retina display and the quad-core graphics without trying some graphic intensive games? By the way, Apple just added a new section to the App Store for iPad ready apps. It's really just apps that were already available and have just been updated to the Retina display graphics. So we haven't seen any just new iPad only apps and games that are really going to thrive on the new iPad. With that being said, let's take a look at Modern Combat 3, which has now been updated with graphics ready for the Retina display. The graphics on this game aren't really amazing in my opinion. It doesn't really have anything to do with the new iPad, just the game itself. But other than that, on the new iPad, it looks really sharp, really crisp, and you can't see the individual pixels. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but you can't. This is a really graphic intense game, and not only that, but it uses the gyroscope to control it, to move your view around. And I think that new iPad does a really good job at it. It's putting that quad-core processor to work. It looks really smooth. One thing I did notice is with the gyroscope, it's really touchy, so you barely move it and your view is going to move a lot. I don't think it has anything to do with the new iPad. I think that's just the game itself. But I did notice some jumpiness with that, but that could be because of my shaky hands and the super sensitive gyroscope settings in the game. But overall, I think it was a nice little update for Modern Combat 3 for the new iPad's Retina display. Next up is a game called Diamond Dash, which has also been updated to work with the new iPad's Retina display. This isn't really a graphic intensive game, but it does give you a good idea of how well the new iPad screen will display colors. It's very vibrant, bright, and it just looks amazing. Also, this game has a lot of lines and corners in it, so it just shows you how sharply and precisely it can show those. I'm not sure if my camera is going to do it much justice, but the new iPad does a little bit better at this game on the graphics, but it's not that much better than what's on the iPad 2. And of course, up next we have Infinity Blade 2. We had to do this game. It has also been updated for the new iPad's Retina display. At Apple's keynote where they announced the new iPad 3, they said it is up on par with console quality graphics like what is on the Xbox 360 and PS3 now. And from looking at this game and playing it, looks like they were right. Everything in the new Infinity Blade looks really nice. It's super detailed, the colors look nice, and it just runs so smoothly even though it's a super graphic intensive game. There definitely is a difference playing Infinity Blade 2 on the new iPad compared to the iPad 2, but it's not a huge major difference that just astounds you. Now take into account the games that I just showed you were made and designed to be played on the iPad 2, but they have been updated for the Retina display graphics. I'm excited to see some Retina display games made specifically for the new iPad and take full advantage of the quad-core graphics. I'm sure more and more games will be coming out specifically for the new iPad. One of them, in fact, is actually Infinity Blade Dungeons. I'm not sure when that's going to be released, but I'm excited to see how that looks on the new iPad. Now, not only do games look better, but even text and web browsing looks better on the new Retina display. Evernote is one of the new apps updated for Retina support, and it looks amazing. It pretty much looks better than a piece of paper sitting right in front of me. You can zoom in on text, and it looks amazing, especially compared to the iPad 2. If you zoom in on it, it looks a little bit pixelated. On the new iPad, perfect. And it's the same thing with web browsing. A lot of websites look amazing also. Apple is pushing HTML5, which scales really well on the new Retina display. This looks amazing. It's amazing web browsing experience when you can zoom in really close and it looks perfect again. And now for my favorite thing about the new Retina display, pictures. Pictures on the new iPad is where it shines. These pictures seriously look breathtaking and amazing. Right now I'm showing you pictures I actually took with the back-facing camera on the iPad. It's supposed to be as good as the iPhone 4S. They just look so good and so clear, and this is amazing that I actually took it from the iPad's camera. And with pictures is where I noticed the biggest difference from the new iPad to the iPad 2. It blows it out of the water. Every image looks way better, and with the 44% better color saturation, the images just look way more colorful, vibrant, and bright, and it just makes it look so much more better on the new iPad. And you can also zoom in on these pictures, and it just looks amazing. The new iPad can also display up to 19 megapixel images in full quality. Here are some pictures I took with my Canon 60D, and you can see just how nice the pictures look, and even when I zoom in on them, it just looks amazing. I'm tired of using that word, but it does, dang it. So pretty much overall, pictures on the new iPad look fantastic. Now the new Retina display is nice and I like it, but I do have some things I don't like about it. First off is the glare. If you're outside or if you got sunlight on it, it's pretty much a mirror. Now this isn't just the new iPad, this is also on the previous iPad 2 and 1, but if you're inside, if you're in shade or anything like that, it looks fine. Now once you get out in daylight and the sun shining on it, it's kind of hard to see the screen and not see a reflection of yourself looking back at you. Also, the graphics on the new Retina display do look nice, but at the same time, the graphics on the iPad 2 don't look bad. So at least right now, if you have the iPad 2, I don't see the need to upgrade to the new iPad just for the Retina display itself. Now take into account what I said before, there are no new games ready for the new iPad made just for it to take full advantage of the quad-core graphics, but I think in the near future, we will see a ton of them, and they're going to look amazing. So right now, we can't really base it as far as gaming on what we see now. So there you go, there's a look at the Retina display on the new iPad. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button down below. I really appreciate it and it helps me out a lot. And also let me know what you think about the new Retina display in the comments down below. Is it good? Is it bad? Are you not impressed? Or are you going to wait and see some more games that come out for it? I'm interested to know what you guys have to say. If you want to see more videos on the new iPad, I already put up a few and I have more to come, so make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.